Gascoigne, Higgins wasn't sure whether to come and challenge him. Gascoigne's past him, and Tottenham has scored. Mongol has taken the free kick quickly. Harvey for Bishop. The flag has stayed down, and Vickers has equalised. Steve Vickers. This is Pike. Now Harvey. Hughes can still reach it, he might do, he has done! It's a fantastic goal! Gascoigne teasing, tormenting. Samways, it's 2-2. And it might well have been an own goal off Higgins.
Well, that own goal from Dave Higgins did prevent a Tranmere triumph a week ago, but Spurs didn't deserve to lose, and Vinnie Samway's disallowed effort, which would have made it 2-0 to Tottenham, has been closely studied on the club video here and does look to be perfectly valid. But this is the team Terry Venables hopes will now wipe away the doubts. Pat van den Hauwe injured and Steve Sedgley suspended were missing at Prenton Park, both available again tonight. It is the side which lost here to Derby on Saturday. Tranmere field the team which finished the first game. The two substitutes then, Dave Martindale and Chris Malkin, are in from the start this time. The captain, Jimmy Harvey, passed the fitness test at 1 o'clock today, but only just. Referee, Roger Milford, one of the league's more extrovert officials. His extensive Littlewoods Cup experience includes taking charge of last year's final. Tranmere Rovers kick off in a very natty chain strip, basic light blue and claret shirts. They won 3-0 in the third division at Blackpool on Saturday to go third in the table, so they're in very good heart, while Spurs were losing here to Derby County. And Tottenham will not be taking this replay as a formality. They were impressed by the quality in the Tranmere side in the first game, and Jimmy Harvey and the Tranmere players believing that they could play better than they showed us a week ago. But form certainly favouring the first division side in terms of league status. Van den Hauwe. Harvey having problems with the bounce. There's a little bit of give in the pitch, but it is a bitterly cold evening in North London. Ian Muir. Mongol. Jim Steele, who scored so spectacularly to give Tranmere the 2-1 lead that they eventually lost through the own goal. Paul Gascoigne was in impish mood up on the Wirral. And he's the player fouled for this Tottenham free kick. Gascoigne's ball forward. Lineker looking to glance it away from Stewart to, he'd hoped, a supporting midfield player. Up goes Big Steel. Mongol, Harvey, Malkin. And Tottenham being given a taste of their own medicine here by Tranmere Rovers and by Muir. Their leading scorer with 15 goals already this season. And again, the build-up was beautifully put together. And Torsfeld had to scramble across to make the diving save. No respecters of reputations, as Millwall would testify already, and Ipswich of the second division. Last year, another first division scalp in this competition for Tranmere were Middlesbrough. So it's no fluke that they're putting a few passes together here at White Hart Lane. Hughes takes the free kick. Steele the second time. Oh, and Malkin was hoping the ball would drop for a volley. Thomas made sure it didn't, but conceded a corner. Hughes waiting by the near post. Just too high for him. This is Higgins! Oh, and it's stopped on the line by Van den Hauwe. And Dave Higgins, who was unluckily debited with that own goal in the first game, nearly provided the perfect reply. It actually came off Thomas, the corner, but it was a usefully controlled volley by Higgins. And Van den Hauwe had stayed on his position by the post. Gascoigne is free, and that might mean problems for Tranmere Rovers. Vickers got his head to it. Steered out by Pike. Van den Hauwe seeing a lot of the ball in an attacking sense, as well as that clearance off his own line. Stewart. Lineker. If he'd gone down then, the referee might have had a difficult decision to make. Nixon had a difficult save to make. Gary Lineker, who will be 29 tomorrow, looking for some early celebration. Mungall. Martindale. Struck Mabbutt on the arm, but not intentional. Roger Milford allowed play to go on. Gascoigne. Possibilities now for Tottenham and Mabbutt. The goal is from Howells. And David Howells, after Mabbutt had got the benefit of the referee allowing him to continue, Howells tucked it into the corner. So Tranmere, who has got through this far with their neat brand of football, have to come from behind, but they had to do that in the first game. But on away territory, it will be that much harder. Well, this was the decision that Roger Milford had to make. Was the ball kicked against Mabbutt's hand rather than intentional use of it? And it looked again there that the referee was right. Hughes. Thomas's tackle has found Lineker, adjudged onside. There's a bit of luck for Tottenham, and they might really cash in on it here with Gascoigne. Oh, a brilliant save by Eric Nixon. Gascoigne jinking and looking for daylight for a sight of goal, but Nixon saw it coming and somehow reached it. Gascoigne for Samways, and it's a corner when it could easily have been 2-0. One of the posse coming in beyond the far post, led by the captain. And already you can sense a greater air of relaxation around Tottenham now that they've taken the lead. Mungall to reach Gascoigne again. Tottenham regrouping in the centre. Harvey dealt with the ball in though. Martindale is very comfortable in possession. Hughes. Here's Allen. Hughes was scrambling to reach that one. Gascoigne. Samway's just inside him. Back for Gascoigne again. Now for Stewart. Paul Stewart, who scored against Derby on Saturday, only his second goal of the season. Not really troubling Nixon there. Mungall. Malkin. And there was a foul off the ball by Thomas. Mungall, the player down there, but Malkin was flattened right on the touchline, and the linesman was aware of that. And a free kick for Tranmere. A minute of the first half remaining, plus stoppage time. Muir. Oh, whisker away, it's a corner. Steele was lunging to try and finish off the flick there from Ian Muir. Steele flicked it on, and they'd all been drawn towards the near post. And this is Van den Hauwe. Lineker lets it run. The extra man is Gascoigne. He's past Mungall. Oh, and it was drilled at Lineker rather than for him. It could easily have been 2-0 then. Harvey with Muir. Still Ian Muir. Well, Tranmere Rovers have performed in the first half at White Hart Lane as though they met First Division opposition every week. But they go to the dressing room for the half-time break, a goal down. David Howells, the striker turned midfield man, with a clinical finish after Gary Mabbott had sprinted forward to set up the chance. But the suggestion here from what we've seen in the first half is that this tie isn't over yet. At half-time at White Hart Lane, it's Tottenham Hotspur 1, Tranmere Rovers 0. 1-0 to Tottenham then as we start the second half, but Tranmere Rovers giving a very good account of themselves, much better than their last visit to this ground. Back in 1953 they were beaten 9-1 in an FA Cup replay. It remains their worst ever defeat. Spurs, who won only one of their 6 games before tonight, but David Howells has turned this 4th round replay of the Littlewoods Cup Tottenham's way. Samways. Saw some space and looks to put it to good use. Allen. Pike trying to block the cross, he couldn't do that, but Nixon was forced to flip it away. It was a difficult ball to deal with as he was stepping backwards. A lot of movement at the corner for Tottenham. Martindale took the pace off that beautifully. Here's Malkin. Certainly saw that move coming from Chris Malkin. Lineker. There's plenty of room in which to play in this game. Allen. Lineker caught the eye of the referee with the nature of his fall, which he might have learned on the continent, perhaps. It's given Tottenham a free kick in a position where they can really threaten Eric Nixon's goal. The scoreboard still shows just the 1 goal. Samways is doing all the spotting up, but Gascoigne is lurking with intent. He takes it. Oh, and it was high quality in every respect. Eric Nixon had to get across there to make the save, and he accomplished that in eye-catching fashion. Booted out by Steele. Certainly the closest Tottenham have come to a goal in the second half. Oh, and Harvey lured Stewart in then, thinking he was going to play it back to the goalkeeper. Harvey again. Broken up though by Mabbutt. It's Samway's pass, and it's bounced all the way beyond Stewart to Nixon. Higgins. This really is the crucial phase now. If Spurs can score again, they will surely progress. But if Tranmere can just muster their resolve, find a finish to their precise build-up, and maybe muster the right sort of free kick. Harvey. That's Steele! Oh, and it fell perfectly for the shot, and he hit it too straight. Right at Tortsfed. It was force of numbers, really, that caused the problem for Tottenham. 3 Tranmere players there. Steele on the half volley, straight at the goalkeeper. Thomas. Samways. Gascoigne, there's a gap now, and Pike was able to close it. He wants to launch Tranmere forward, but he's lost out. Stewart. If Spurs play it right here, it could be settled. What a cracker from Paul Stewart. Well, Tranmere were looking to burst forward, and Pike lost possession, and Stewart had eyes only for goal and thumped it past Nixon. Well, he's still striving to show the Spurs fans exactly what he can do, Paul Stewart. But a goal here against Derby on Saturday, and a goal of that venomous power tonight, certainly helping his cause. Terry Venables, without showing too much pleasure, must now be considering that his team will face Nottingham Forest in the quarter-finals. And that's a rather weary ball from Steele. Nothing weary about Howells, or indeed Samways. Eric Nixon making sure that the scoreline isn't too detrimental to the gallant efforts of Tranmere Rovers. And Samways disappointed. And Tranmere Rovers are going to make 2 changes. They're taking off Martindale and Malkin. David Fairclough and Eddie Bishop come on. Fairclough, of course, the super sub from his Liverpool days, and still a substitute at the age of 32 now. Ten minutes left. 2-0 to Tottenham. Samways with the corner. Mabbutt, 3-0. And that really does end any lingering doubts. It just sat up nicely for him. And again, Nixon had no chance with the power of the strike. And that's a popular goal for the Tottenham captain. Steele. But he was jumping awkwardly and pushed into Howells. Gascoigne. And now Stewart. He's beaten Nixon, and the goal is scored by Paul Allen. Tranmere Rovers falling love this replay, imposing their quality. Stewart beating Nixon, and Allen following in to force it over the line. Allen. Van den Hauwe. Oh, Nixon dropped it, and it wouldn't have been too costly. If you are going to make a mistake like that at this stage, hardly would have settled the outcome, but he was mightily relieved, particularly when it would have been shown all around the country from that angle. After a little chat with the crowd, Gascoigne takes the corner. Gascoigne, it's Bishop who was caught out. Play on. And Tranmere are doing just that. When they led 2-1 at Prenton Park, looked as though they'd have another great First Division scalp. Tottenham survived up in the northwest and eventually have stamped their class on the replay. Lineker, Gascoigne. Steele. Fairclough's got two to his left. Pike helps it on to Muir. Another look at the watch. The heroics of Tranmere Rovers are over, and Spurs step into the quarter-finals with a confident stride after Paul Stewart got the crucial second goal 16 minutes from time. Up till then, Tottenham could have lost the advantage that David Howells had given to them in the first half. Tranmere played capably and at times with a great culture in their football. Paul Allen got the fourth, and Gary Mabbott the other Spurs scorer. Tranmere's target now to reach the second division after an absence of 50 years, and the many friends they've made along the way in this Littlewoods Cup campaign will wish them well in that quest. The final score at White Hart Lane, Tottenham Hotspur 4, Tranmere Rovers 0.